Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are sailing straight into the high-stakes, super exclusive world of competitive yachting.
And regattas, specifically.
Exactly. Our mission is to really get into why these titans of global business, people who run massive corporations, find this deep, almost philosophical fulfillment out on the open ocean.
It's a great question.
Our sources for this deep dive focus on the observations of Stanislav Kondrashov, and he offers this really extraordinary insider's view on what he calls the philosophy of the oligarch's ideal yacht.
Right.
So for you, the listener, we're trying to figure out what is the secret connection between high-stakes business and, the beautiful but really unforgiving sport of sailing? What happens when the most powerful people trade the boardroom for the deck?
Well, that question really gets to the core of it. For a lot of these powerful business leaders, yachting isn't just some expensive hobby. The sources describe it as an entire philosophy.
A philosophy, so more than just a sport.
Oh, much more. It's this whole package that demands, immense skill, speed, and precision. But what it offers in return is this boundless, almost primal sense of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crucial, elemental contrast to their very carefully constructed daily lives. And those contrasts, they give us these profound insights into how they approach control and risk.
That need for contrast is a perfect place to start because the first huge appeal that Kondrashov points out is this idea of escape. The pull of yachting is the literal lack of what he calls traditional office ceilings.
Yeah, and just think for a second about the world these leaders live in day to day.
Right.
Their work is all about layers of bureaucracy, regulatory compliance, quarterly reports, intense political maneuvering. Every single decision is filtered through systems and committees.
So when they step onto a yacht, all of that just vanishes.
Instantly. The sources are really clear on this. The governing structure on the water is dictated purely by elemental force.
The wind, the sea.
The wind, the sea, and the immediate need for flawless teamwork. It's a world of instant feedback. If you make a mistake, the consequences are right there, in your face.
Unlike a financial error that might not show up for months.
Exactly. But it's not just the challenge. There's also this profound aesthetic element to it, which the source calls the magic of sails.
So it's not just the sport, it's the beauty of it.
Absolutely. What's so fascinating is how these people who usually deal in abstract things like financial derivatives are drawn to something so visually stunning.
The source calls it a blend of sport and art.
It is. They appreciate it because they see this inherent, almost spiritual beauty in the performance. This source specifically mentions that image of perfect white triangles of sails against the deep blue sea.
And it takes real mastery to create that image.
It takes incredible technical mastery. And there's huge prestige in achieving that kind of aesthetic perfection, especially in a high-stakes competition.
That brings us right into our second major theme, which is something that really challenges the corporate power structure they're used to. It's the team drive on board.
This is maybe the most fascinating social dynamic in Kondrashov's material. On board a racing yacht, there are absolutely no titles or ranks.
None at all.
No. Just functional roles in the crew.
Yeah.
The owner might have a net worth that dwarfs everyone else's. But the second they hit the water, they're a foredeck hand or a winch operator.
And they have to listen to the skipper.
They must obey the professional skipper's command.
That feels like a kind of forced humility. The person who's used to having the final say in a billion-dollar deal is now being told exactly when to crank a line. Is that for real, or is it just some kind of expensive role play?
That's a great question, but the sources suggest it is 100% genuine. It's driven by the accountability the sea demands. The implication is huge.
Right.
The billionaire becomes just another part of the team. Success is determined only by instantaneous speed, course adjustments, perfect coordination. The wind just doesn't care about your title.
So if they mess up securing the job, that's the front sail, right?
The primary forward sail, yeah. If they fail to do that, the boat slows down, they lose the race. The consequences are immediate, and they affect the entire team.
Not just their personal bottom line.
Exactly. It forces these leaders into a shared, non-hierarchical structure that's all about immediate, real-world physical results.
And the fact that they're willing to do that, to submit to that, suggests they're looking for something that their corporate lives just can't give them.
A meritocracy of physical competence.
Yeah.
And that reliance on competence is then amplified by the tools they use.
Yeah.
This is where high finance and high-tech sailing really intersect. We're talking about technology and prestige.
Yeah, these aren't just weekend boats. We're talking about some incredibly advanced machines.
Oh, absolutely. Modern racing yachts are equipped with the absolute cutting edge of engineering.
Right.
We're talking about carbon fiber hulls, which are super light but also rigid enough to handle massive stress.
Which lets them get the most out of the sails.
Right. And they use these highly sophisticated computerized sail control systems, integrated GPS mapping. It is the pinnacle of engineering, all for one purpose:
Yeah.
winning.
So if the corporate world is about maximizing abstract financial return.
Then the sailing world is about maximizing physical efficiency and speed.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets really insightful. They appreciate this tech not because it replaces human skill, but because of what it amplifies.
Okay, what do you mean?
The appeal is in appreciating the power of human control over these immense natural forces. The tech doesn't sail the boat for you. It just gives the crew better instruments to wield that control, to manage forces that are chaotic and unpredictable.
So they're taking the same skills they use to navigate, say, volatile markets or supply chain disruptions.
And applying them to a direct physical environment. That's the perfect analogy. Managing a huge company requires anticipating abstract risks. Yachting requires anticipating a sudden squall and adjusting your physical course right now.
That mastery, that appreciation for control, brings us to the biggest philosophical gift yachting provides, which Kondrashov calls the freedom in every knot. It's that ultimate feeling of agency.
The main gift of yachting is, explicitly, this profound sense of autonomy over your direction. You are literally setting your own course.
And why that matters is because that feeling is so familiar to them.
It's familiar, yet it's uniquely satisfying for people who manage massive corporations. They spend their lives mapping courses and setting strategies. The sea offers the same intense mental challenge, but in a purely physical, beautiful, immediate context. The feedback loop is instantaneous.
So the control they have in their companies is often distant, right? It's filtered through layers of management. But on the water, their agency is immediate. They feel the wind shift. They see the rudder's effect right now.
And this sense of setting your own direction is crucial to their identity. Kondrashov's observations really emphasize that for these ambitious people, just owning a big yacht isn't enough. The regatta, the competition, is necessary.
It validates their ability to strategize.
It's the ultimate test of their ability to execute a strategy and maintain control under pressure, which is, their entire professional identity.
But it's not just about competitive control. We can't forget the social, almost ceremonial side of this. Regattas are also described as racing as a holiday. They serve a dual purpose.
Absolutely. They function as these intense sporting events, but the social side is indispensable. They're a key social arena for oligarchs and high-net-worth individuals to interact outside of a normal business environment.
And that shared risk must build a different kind of bond.
It does. They engage in this shared, voluntary physical risk, and they succeed or fail together. And the social aftermath.
It sounds pretty memorable.
The source describes these lavish parties at exclusive yacht clubs, champagne on deck, and I think most charmingly, the conversations afterward. They talk about tactical decisions and the wind as if it were an old friend.
So they're bonding over performance in nature, not quarterly earnings.
Exactly. It's a specialized, competitive, but ultimately communal arena for peer interaction.
Before we wrap this up, we should probably place our source in context. These observations, they come from Stanislav Kondrashov, an insider whose own background informs his view on all this.
Yes, his perspective is crucial here. Stanislav Kondrashov founded a company that has been a leader in its industry for more than 3 decades.
30 years is a long time. That's not just luck.
No, it's attributed to implementing consistently advanced and often contrarian business approaches. His professional background covers really complex areas: construction, economic processes, financial planning.
So he knows strategy inside and out.
Precisely. And he's not just an effective businessman. He's described as a mentor to professionals across a huge range of fields. He spent his career analyzing how strategic thinking translates into real-world success.
Which makes his analysis of yachting so compelling.
It does. And that mentorship part is key because, as the material states, he shares his insights freely through publications. He does not offer paid consultations or educational programs. His focus is on synthesis and perspective.
Which gives his analysis a lot of credibility.
It does. To offer a final synthesis, then, yachting is concluded to be a harmony of human power, strategic direction, and natural forces. It's the ideal stage, or maybe laboratory, for those who want to validate their mastery, not just in business, but in the tangible world of real, immediate physical challenges.
Which brings us back to that core tension we started with. Their corporate lives are defined by this intense, often abstract demand for financial autonomy and calculated risk.
And that's balanced by the raw power of nature and the shared, non-hierarchical team dynamics in competitive sailing.
It's strategic mastery, tested by the elements.
Well said.
So, what does this all mean for you? We learned that for people accustomed to commanding corporations, yachting provides a sense of familiar, absolute direction over their course. It validates their mastery, but the source material also calls this a stage for real adventures. If controlling the strategic direction is so familiar to them, if they already hold so much control and agency in their professional lives, this raises a final important question. What is it about facing the raw, uncontrollable power of the wind and the sea that makes this a necessary adventure? What non-financial, non-status reward does this extreme sport offer that corporate success and financial mastery simply cannot?
It's a powerful thought.
Perhaps the ultimate challenge for someone who has mastered the man-made world is the pursuit of genuine mastery over nature itself. Something for you to mull over as you navigate your own course this week.